Alfresco Catflap chats today. Episode 47. Delighted to have with me. I have to try and remember all these now. Is the Ospreys, Dragons, 3 stints at the Dragons?
Yeah, both 3, yeah.
Blues, Biarritz, Bath, Wales, Sevens, World Cup winner.
I am guilty.
Wales as well, full caps. Mr. Ali Brew, how you doing, pal?
You missed up Scarlet's, pal.
Oh, did I?
Gee, yeah, you were.
Oh, yeah, you were, of course, yeah.
They call me I got sort of a side job auditing all the regions.
You'll be working for the WRU soon.
Yeah, just checking out what they're doing down there, really.
You're only one of a couple of people now to have played for all 4 of you.
Yeah, there's a couple of us. Tarselli,
Yeah.
Liam Davis. What else is there? I think there's 3. I think I'm a 4th one. I can't remember the other ones. There was a 5th one as well that no one could get. But it was original regions, but you would never get it.
Oh, okay. Celtic Warriors as well.
Yeah, so it was Richard Musto.
Oh, yeah.
He's had 4.
The back 3 player?
Yeah, the winger. So he had 4. There's so many other boys. There's so many three regions guys. You know, Richie Reese, Lee Byrne, loads of those
Mike
guys.
Phillips, was he one?
Phil's, yeah, he's one. But they don't get any jip. Only I get jip, like, so.
Why?
You know, I don't know.
Fuck him, who cares, man?
I don't count the Blues as
No.
I was only here for 6 months. I called it a day after 6 months. Went back to the Dragons. Remember that. But yeah, I couldn't. I actually got offered to go to the Scars 2 other times in my career.
Yeah.
So turned down Phil Davis.
Yeah.
Turned down Simon Easterby, and then had another opportunity to go there. And I thought I can't turn it down a 3rd time. It would be silly, especially with Glenn Delaney.
Yeah.
When he called me up, it was bloody like such a top man. I thought it'd be great to sort of have a crack at some rugby with him.
Class. So just before we get started, I feel like I'm cheating because normally I'll have a tiny rebel every episode. So today we're al fresco. We're outside. Where are we then? Because the guys
Fragalinos
in Canton.
No, mate.
Where are we now?
We're in Llandaff, bro.
Llandaff, are we?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
We must be on the outskirts then.
Also right on the outskirts.
Yeah, I'll say Canton's across the Canton's across the road.
Fairwater over there. Ealing's down the road.
I think there's good Chinese over there by Fairwater train station.
You'd know, wouldn't you?
I think so.
Should I go and grab that for you?
The light keeps on. We're outside in the beer garden doing this, which is an interesting experience. Ordered a couple of pizzas, got a couple of beers. We're like real men. Love it.
Proper men.
Yeah, thanks to them for looking after us. Appreciate that. So, you mentioned that obviously you're back at the Scarlets at the moment. How's things been for the last couple of, 6 months now? Because you've obviously real good time at Bath and had a great stint there, and then the world happened.
Yeah. And
you find yourself at the Scarlets. What was happening there?
Yeah, so my last actual game for Bath was Jan 25th. And obviously, like you said, COVID hit.
Yeah.
And it's sort of an abrupt ending. It was pretty a weird sort of situation to be in. I knew I wasn't staying.
Yeah.
Anyway, they got some great young wingers coming through.
Yeah.
International wingers there as well. So I knew I wasn't staying. But just a weird way to end, really. It was normally get, have a beer with the boys at the end and whatnot. But it was just, it was over. I remember going to collect my things from Farley House. It was like phone before you arrive. Then it was like get the temperature gauge on your forehead.
Yeah.
Only one person in the change room, grab your stuff, and then they escort you back out of the change room and you're done. That's just your 4 years.
Thanks for everything.
That's your 4 years done on you. So it was a bit of an odd ending, but being up there was class. 6 months. Well, like I said, I haven't played since Jan 25th. Had a knee op in the summer.
Yeah,
just kept myself fit just in case something like this came up with Scarlets. And another couple of weeks, and I think I would have probably knocked it all on the head. But
would you?
Yeah, I think so. Another couple of weeks. If it was pushed into sort of November, I would probably called it a day. But just what happens, I had 3 clubs, all in probably about 2 or 3 days. Then contact me, which is a bit mad, and then nothing since then. But yeah, it's been it's been great sort of this sort of period. I think I'm not sure about yourself, but spending a lot of time with family and it's been awesome.
It's challenging working full time through this. I've said it a couple of times now. Ended up moving house because not enough space. 3 of us in a 2-bed flat, so moved house now, which has been brilliant. But I suppose a lot of reflection and gratitude that I had a job, I suppose, and I wasn't, like yourself, I suppose, left in limbo, not knowing what's potentially coming next. What was that sort of 6 months in COVID and lockdown like, especially as you were, coming back from injury as well?
Well, the first couple of months was great. I think, we had a great regime going on. We'd get up, we'd go for a jog.
Yeah.
We'd eat really healthy. We'd only save, we didn't have a beer or wine on a weekend.
Yeah.
And then 2 or 3 months in, it was a wine or a beer on a Monday. Wine or a beer on a Tuesday.
4 o'clock, like.
Sack off the running. And,
yeah.
It was, but yeah, it was great. First, I shouldn't say it's great, but, for us, spending that sort of time, that quality time, which we've never done before, apart from, especially with my schedule.
Yeah.
I've never had the chance to spend that so much time with the kids. Mrs. was still working.
Yeah.
So I was homeschooling.
Nice.
So I learned so much of the kids.
What sort of homeschool are you? God, teach me or I'll teach you?
Well, I was, pretty much Google's teaching them. But learning how to do fractions again. And bloody, so much stuff. But yeah, it's been great fun.
It gets back to the beginning then, pal. So growing up, obviously older brother, isn't it? Nate's
over.
Yeah. Older brother playing as well. What was growing up like? Because are you from Cardiff but grew up in Swansea?
Born in Cardiff and then moved to Ammanford.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was that like growing up? Because I can't imagine there were that many. What was that in the 80s? I don't take this wrong way, but I can't imagine there were that many sort of black kids growing up around there, good at sport.
I think I was the only one.
Were you?
I was the only one. Then Nathan's sort of okay at sport, I suppose. So one of 6.
Yeah.
So there's 3 sisters and 2 brothers.
Yeah.
So quite a big family. Competition is just, if you're part of a big family,
you're
competing every day. So competing for your mother's attention, father's attention, competing at dinner, because if you eat too slow,
it's
your food's game on, like, so you just like
I wasn't lining up your pizza then.
Yeah, so you start scoffing your food from an early age because it's gone otherwise. And if you are too slow, you start spitting on your food. Stop them touching it,
licking it, like
licking it, spitting on it, stop them touching it. So yeah, competition is been pretty instilled in me since a young age. So we moved to Ramford, and then we moved up to Pondower.
Yeah.
So that's where I really sort of started to play rugby down that age. So I played for Gleis from a young age, and then moved over to a little stint in Dunvant actually as well.
Did you?
Yeah, because my team disbanded when I was young. When we were like under 15s, so moved over to Dunvant, and then went to Neath College.
Yeah,
and then all the boys were playing for Neath Athletic.
Okay.
So jumped over and played with them. I think Hooky had a few games on there.
Yeah.
Martin Roberts had a few games. Yeah, so it was a good crack. And then, so that's pretty much.
What was it like? How old's Nathan?
He's 4 years older.
So you didn't play in any of the same teams or anything like that then?
Not growing up, no, but we played in the Dragons once together.
Okay.
We played the Dragon once for a few years actually. For 2 years, played the Dragons together.
Yeah.
And also, only Dragons actually. Yeah, only Dragons we played. Played against him once or twice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play things.
Who's better?
It's very awkward. Isn't it?
You've got to answer that.
It's very awkward. Like
that's a you.
He'd answer for you. He'd probably say me, but I'm not big-headed.
Stay humble, bro.
I am very humble.
What was it like? Because back then, Ospreys is it that Galacticos era, wasn't it? Just off the back of that, and
the mental side.
Ridiculous. What was that like as a kid going into that sort of changing room and environment?
Yeah, class. It was pretty surreal.
Yeah, that was banging. Thank you. Cheers.
It's pretty surreal, really, actually, going into the change rooms and from like I think I was the age of 16.
Yeah.
Went away with him to Toulon.
Did you?
Pre-season friendly.
What was that like?
Oh, bonkers. He just had just characters everywhere, you know. Then Lynn was obviously the coach. Lynn Jones was coach at the time.
He's a bit wild, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a mental bloke.
Yeah.
And yeah, just going into junior, you just sort of your heroes in there. You had Shane in there.
Yeah.
You had what else? You had Dave Touetti. Was growing up. He was a big guy I looked up to. Lovely man. Yeah, and I think Scott Gibbs was there at the time as well, still there. So it was a bit crazy going in and just being involved in that. So that scene.
I take you under the wing, and because that would have been just after not long after the regions were created, so it's probably still a bit of that amateur ethos was there, social and work hard.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you. I know they all loved a card game or two.
Yeah.
So a lot of them. I think I got banned after a while. Yeah, a lot of money getting lost in some card games, but no, it was. I think it was not long after the Celtic Warriors got disbanded. So it's been involved. It must have been. It's got to have been 4 or 5 years into it. By the time I got there. But yeah, it was just class, to be honest with you. The first couple of years, 16-year-old.
Yeah.
I think I made my sort of debut at 17 and like a couple of weeks old against Bath.
Yeah.
Remember giving Mike Tyndall a big fend in the face. running down the ring, set up Richie Pugh. He scored. But yeah, it was class. It was good memories, really. Yeah.
I read when one of the games, I don't know if it was for the Ospreys or when you went on to the Dragons for the first time, that you were out in Ulster and there was a bit of racism and that coming through.
Yeah, with the Dragons, yeah, I was out there. And obviously I'm a Stormer again, standard.
What else do we expect then?
And they, just obviously on the wing you hear the most, don't you? So
yeah,
this year a bit of a little chant, little group of guys start chanting, throwing the M-bomb in there.
Yeah.
Didn't really bother me. I think I scored another try, or whatever. But and then I remember Ian Goff's mate being out there at the time, and Goffy's mate said, "Yeah, they've definitely thrown the M-bomb at you." And just told the manager. Manager complained. That was it really, and nothing else happened after that.
Nothing came of it.
Nothing came of that, but pretty much water of the ducks back to me, to be honest with you. So didn't really bother me that much.
Different now, I suppose, in the fact that there's probably far more cameras and you'd get caught a lot easier.
Yeah,
back
definitely.
then was probably still a bit shady in the dark arts of both on the field and off the field.
Yeah, definitely. You just look at the amount of cameras they said on the field now there is compared to then. It's just less tolerated, I suppose. Even if it was getting done now, I think people in the crowd probably would have
filled them in.
Well, no, not safe, but definitely put a stop to it. I don't think everyone feels that way.
Yeah, of course.
These days, so that was a long time ago. That's the first and only time I've ever had it. Really,
you see Ashton Hewitt copping a bit of abuse on Twitter and that now, and sadly, some people's attitudes haven't changed. And I feel it's something that there's more that could be done across football, rugby, probably a load of different sports.
Yeah, I'm very big Ashton. He's got a voice now, and he's using it. Some people don't like it, but each to their own. Really, if you don't have to follow him, if you don't like,
obviously,
don't hear what he's saying. I just think if he's obviously really passionate, really educated as well about it. He's really educated about it, which is, compared to some of the people, myself, I'm nowhere near as educated as that guy. In terms of he's got a criminology degree, I think, as well.
Okay.
He takes a lot of time at studying these things as well. find out his facts and stuff first.
Yeah.
So I think, if you go and grab that.
Light keeps going on and off, man.
Oh. Yeah, I think if people have got a problem with it, just don't follow him.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people do agree with him, or are listening to what he's having to say.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything controversial, really. What he's saying is just most of it's the truth.
Yeah, but I say some people don't like the truth.
Yeah,
that's the problem. What was because you got on the Dragons on loan at first, and obviously went back to the Ospreys.
Yeah.
Then what was that? Because obviously as a kid you want to play, but you, like you said, you got your Shane Williams and people like that.
Yeah,
there.
I think.
How's that like for your confidence and your mindset? Kind of go from pillar to post a little bit, trying to cut your path.
No, it didn't bother me at all. I agreed to go on loan, so it wasn't like you have to go. It was like we got too many wingers here.
Yeah.
Dragons need a winger. I had the opportunity to play with my brother. That's who he was there at the time.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, great. I'll have a crack. And went there and did okay. I had to go back in the end to finish my contract with the Ospreys.
Yeah.
Didn't play again for a while.
Yeah.
So then I went on the sevens then.
Yeah.
Just played a lot of, did the seven circuit, which is amazing. And I'm really gutted that other boys aren't going to get the opportunity now that it's been cancelled.
We spoke to Crossy a couple of weeks ago and spoke about that. And I spoke to Luke Trahan as well. Seems like a great environment to learn, but grow as a person as well. Traveling the world, kind of fending for yourself a little bit to some extent, seeing all these amazing places, and actually getting out of the bubble that is Wales rugby, even the UK.
Yeah, oh definitely. And you ask people like James Hook, I don't think he'd be where he is right now if it wasn't for the sevens, because he lit the sevens circuit up.
Yeah. Then
got recognised. Then I think it was 21s at the time. They were like, oh, he's got to come back to play 21s then. And then, his career just catapulted from there.
Yeah.
It's a great platform. It just showcases great talent. And it's every sort of skill is sort of scrutinised. Yeah. Even like more so in that environment, because your passes are double the length. Your tackles are harder because you got so much more space there. Yeah. You're a lot more vulnerable, I suppose, in that setting. Your skills are, so you've got to be on point, otherwise you get found out.
Score off your mistakes fairly easily.
Yeah. So I think it's a great environment, especially for your wingers, your centres, your back rows. Yeah. Those guys, I think it's a perfect environment to sort of learn your craft.
Yeah. What was that journey for the World Cup like then? Obviously, was it 10 years ago? I was there last December at the Sevens.
Yeah. It
was 10 years, 2009.
Yeah.
What was that? Because you had some team there as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a great team. God, it's honestly, it's a blur, that is. It was the amount of training we put into that. And then to go out there, I think we all felt in good shape, and we all felt that we knew that we got a good team.
Yeah.
Did we think we were going to win it? Probably not. But we'd beaten New Zealand in Wellington the tournament before, so we knew we were good.
Yeah.
We just needed sort of the luck of the bounce, which we did. We did have a couple of times, and we just went out there and we just knew we could work harder than any other team.
Yeah.
Which we did, and some of it wasn't that pretty, but we ground out the win, which is perfect.
Who cares when you're wearing the medal on the way home?
Yeah, there was no sort of, apart from Lee Williams, who was
different level, wasn't he?
Different level, amazing player.
I seen him out there.
Yeah, he's one of the best players I've ever played with. To be fair, especially on the sevens field.
Yeah.
You just give the ball to him and he'll just do something. And defensively, for such a small guy, he's just that angry little thing running around smashing people. It was great. It was an amazing experience. The World Cup was surreal, really.
Did you guys celebrate it well after as well? The boys obviously decent.
I think we tried. We did try, but unfortunately, I think it was the shake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Shake's birthday on that day, which means no alcohol can be served.
Oh, livid.
Yeah, so it was a bit of an anticlimax, bit of a sort of New Year's Eve sort of feeling.
Yeah.
Where it was like,
1 minute past 12. Oh,
yeah.
fuck this.
But I think we had a few after we got back when we landed. Yeah, it was amazing to be on the. Because I think we stayed on the Palm.
Yeah.
For like 2 weeks or something like that. It was amazing. Grab that light.
Unbelievable. Light's gone off again. Working off a pizza now.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was great. Like I said, being out there, spending that time. I don't think I'll ever be able to go on that Palm for that long ever again.
No, mate. One, it would cost an absolute fucking fortune.
I don't think I'll be up there.
I stayed.
Remortgage to get there. I think.
Yeah, I stayed in. You've been to the 5 on the Palm?
The big hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we stayed.
Oh, mate.
With the
unbelievable.
It's got the. We had the water park there.
The Atlantis.
Atlantis. That's where we
that's
stayed.
it.
Yeah,
we had a brunch there, mate. The underwater aquarium in the hotel, like fucking
unbelievable. No, we didn't stay in the 5 though. Atlantis we stayed. Amazing.
Yeah, different level there. What was because you said obviously you went to the Dragons on loan, you obviously went to the Blues on loan then as well.
No, I signed for the Blues.
Oh, you signed for the Blues?
Yeah, I signed a 2-year contract, but after about 4 or 5 months, I wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah. Was that just couldn't get playing time with the Ospreys because of the players they had?
In the Blues, you mean?
Yeah, no, the Ospreys.
Oh, the Ospreys, yeah, just didn't get.
You're still young then as well.
I was still young, but just didn't get a chance. Not the chance that I suppose with any sport, with any job, I suppose you're only as good as what your manager or your coach thinks you are, and is prepared to give you the chance.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, didn't get the chances in the Ospreys. Whereas Paul Turner sort of believed in me and gave me those chances, and I can't thank him enough really, because especially when you're coming through a young age, confidence is massive for you. So he instilled quite a lot of confidence in me, and just told me to go out there and express myself, which I did. Any mistakes I made was just brushed under the. No,
I'm alright, thank you. Cheers.
Any sort of mistakes I made, you'd obviously work on them, but it wouldn't be held against me.
Yeah.
Which is it was amazing as a young player to come through and have that sort of freedom.
Yeah.
But yeah, then but before going back to Dragons, actually, I signed for the Blues. I had a 2-year contract and a die young.
Yeah. Is there any hard feelings or anything when you're leaving the Ospreys in that sort of situation where you haven't played and you can't? I suppose internally you're almost a bit like fuck you, but you seem a bit more professional than that, where I'm probably not. But is it acrimonious at all, or just kind of on your way?
No, not really. I'm like, if anyone knows me, knows I'm pretty laid back with stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much too laid back, I think. But no, it is what it is. If the coach doesn't like you that much, or doesn't think you're good enough, then it's his prerogative, really, isn't it? You can't. The only thing you can do is try and change his mind. But if you don't, then whatever. Then I got to just do it for another coach, and then I had the opportunity to do that. I played against Ospreys many times after that, and proved I was good enough.
Yeah.
So that's enough for me to know that.
Yeah.
I proved myself against the team or the coach that didn't think I was good enough. So that was enough.
Last laugh then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So with the Blues then, you said obviously signed 2 years, but didn't quite go.
Didn't quite go as well as I was hoping. No. It's one of those things where I had a contract offer with the Dragons, and Blues offered more money. And as a youngster, I just saw the the money sign really, and it didn't really occur to me about longevity of playing or whatnot. And yeah, I just thought, yeah, sign that. Sounds good. Brew's a good team. They went there and it just didn't click. Just didn't enjoy it. So ended up asking, I remember going to Dying's office and asking him if I could leave. Dragons still want me. Money's not nowhere near as good, but I'm prepared to take a big pay cut.
Yeah.
Just to go and play.
Yeah.
Because
you've been capped by then.
I've been capped by then, yeah.
Yeah.
So took a big pay cut to go back to the Dragons and play. You know, and Paul Turner was honest. You know, we got I think Richard Fussell and Gareth White there at the time.
Yeah.
He said they've been doing really well, so you go wait your turn. So wait my turn. Like a good boy, and when I had it, I just took it really.
Yeah.
And I went from there, really, and I didn't look back.
Good. I like it down there on. You get that whole fast stand just chanting when it's packed. It's a different environment to Arms Park and.
Oh yeah.
Osprey. I mean, Osprey's in the football stadium, and I was different.
Paisley stand was class.
Yeah.
So being a left winger, change rooms behind you.
Yeah.
Playing up, running down that wing.
Yeah.
And I'd have the crowd, and they'd. Do you remember Voice of the Child?
No.
So you'd all, in a deep sort of voice, they'd go, boo, boo. And I remember my mum coming to watch once. She's like, why is everyone booing you? I was like, they're not booing, they're brewing. And no, they were amazing fans. Like genuinely like the 16th man.
Yeah,
definitely picks you up there.
It's interesting. I enjoy it down there. I've been down there a couple of times before COVID and that, and it's good crack down there now. The off the field is getting a lot better, I think, compared to what it might have been back in the day as well. So good for them. Like
you got good sort of marketing lead there, I suppose, and stuff there now.
Yeah, good commercial team and that down there. What's talk me through? We said obviously just about getting capped then. So 2007, first cap. Was it Six Nations?
Six Nations,
Ireland.
Yeah.
What was that like? Had you had any involvements in squads before
that? I came in as a sort of an apprentice. I mean, me and Jamie Roberts.
Yeah.
Went in as an apprentice, just to train with them.
Yeah.
Get a good feel of what it's like to be in that environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was. You gonna do a shuttle?
I'll get this one.
Go on.
Will you carry on, bud?
Can't remember what I was saying.
Apprentice.
Oh yeah. So yeah, at the apprentice. Yeah. So we went in there. We went in there once or twice for a couple of weeks, and then obviously had a good season with the Dragons one year.
Yeah.
And got called in. Was on the bench, and I remember Halliscombe coming off.
Yeah.
Give me a crack, yeah. So
just give me a crack.
Yeah.
What was your? How did you find the step up from that regional rugby? Because you're still young at that point as well.
Yeah.
From that step up to that international level, do you find it all right?
Yeah, physically fine. The pace of the game fine. Tactically, I think I struggled a little bit at that age.
Yeah.
I didn't put enough time off the field.
Okay.
Regarding analysis and stuff.
Yeah.
I just relied on my talent.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm the other way around, a lot more tactical. Now that I'm getting slower and weaker. I've got to rely on other things. But yeah, I wish I'd put in more work off the field in that respect.
Yeah.
Not physically, just in the especially the mental aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have been a bit of a booster regarding my international career if I could have harnessed that sort of skill.
Yeah. How did you find that anthem and first cap? Because you chilled out, but did the emotions get you? Did you cry, or did you just take it in your stride and it's just another game?
Yeah, pretty pretty much another game. Yeah, you know, it's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't. It's the buzz is amazing. It's you know, it's a little step, but the buzz is definitely a step above the rest. But yeah, just like I say, it's a bit weird. It's quite a lot. It's a blur.
Yeah.
You know, you don't think back then. You know that this is the last time or the first time or whatever. You just which I do say when I speak to the boys these days. I said try and remember, try and like capture those moments because you will forget them otherwise. Which I pretty much have.
Do you remember? Do you have to do like initiation or anything like that after, or?
Yeah, sing a song.
Do you remember what you sang?
I'm gonna say, I think it was like Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby. Right, stop. Collaborated. Listen, Ice is back. Something like that.
Yeah.
Spat out.
In the president's lounge, like in front of everyone. Was it?
Put my cap on back to front as well.
Did you actually? No. People would be horrified of that, I bet. In the board or whatever.
It was. I think I was on the bus on the way back.
Was it? Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, on the way back to the Vale. But yeah, I remember that. I do remember actually coming off the field and seeing my son.
Yeah.
That was a great feeling. Being like having your son on the pitch. Well, not on the pitch, but after the game, to see him have that feeling. So I do remember that was a great feeling. Yeah.
And it was a bit of a while. It was the summer, wasn't it? You had another cap then, the Australia tour.
Yeah.
Is that the tour Chekai hurt himself?
Awful.
Nasty tour.
It was a nasty. I remember I was still getting over was I playing that? No. I was playing that game, I think.
The second test?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing that test. And
because you two must be a similar age coming through.
Well, we played it every single age group together.
Yeah.
And against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was awful. I remember the noise. It was just, I was the other side of the field and all you hear was, I'm like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
And like, seriously, I know you can see him. He's just like out on the floor, just eyes closed, hand on his face. And I thought, oh, this is not good. And the noise is horrendous. Like, disgusted.
Makes you feel sick.
Feel for the boy.
Fair play to him coming back.
Yeah.
Being class, like he was good on air. To be fair to him as well.
He's been great on TikTok, wasn't he? TikTok
during COVID.
Never seen that side of him. Didn't know he had a personality. I thought his missus was his personality for him.
Oh, she's a bit of a loose goose, isn't she? Cat.
She's great guys. They are.
Class. What was how do you? Because you had your couple of caps then. Obviously, it was a bit of a while before getting capped again. Missed out on the 2007 World Cup. How do you... Oh, light's gone again.
Yeah.
We're going to have to pay the bill, mate, I think. Fucking electricity bill. Listen. How do you pick yourself up from sort of setbacks and disappointments like that, where you're in and around the Welsh squad but don't quite make the cut? I mean, look, competition's quality in terms of the players that were there, so...
I remember having a conversation about this 2007. 2007 World Cup?
Yeah.
With Priestland not so long ago. I remember Nigel Davis and Gareth Jenkins asking me about what other positions, can I play or be interested in playing.
Yeah.
And me being naive and, immature wing, I was just like wing, just want to play wing.
Yeah.
He goes, can you play 13? I was like, I played it in college, but
yeah,
I haven't played a, regional or anything like that.
Yeah.
15? No, I never played 15 before. Would you give it a go? Yeah, I suppose I'll give it a go. So we played like an A versus B's game. So I played fullback. Did all right, and then I played on the wing then against England in the record thrashing.
Yeah.
Bad times.
Yeah.
And I remember going in the office before they called us at the squad, and he was like, we'd like to take you, but we need people who can cover more positions.
Yeah.
So he took to have James instead, because he could cover centre, wing, and fullback. And me thinking back, I could have just been a bit more braver, a bit more less naive, and just said, I can play those positions just to try and get in there. Being a bit honest didn't really do me many favours. But now those are the positions I'm covering. So which is a bit mental, covering the 13 and fullback. And wing these days, but back then just a bit naive, I suppose.
What was, because you missed out then? Was it 2010? Got capped again then. So you had a couple of years in the international wilderness.
Yeah.
We had a run of games then, leading up into 2011 World Cup.
Yeah.
I was there for the Namibia game. You try,
really?
Yeah. Me and Davey, Beast Davey.
Yeah.
Me and Davey sat behind the sticks where Mellon scored that 20-yard.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
He sorted me out my timber.
Did he?
What's it called?
John Davies Builders Merchants.
Yeah.
There's a plug.
Out, he did, yeah. He sorted me right out.
Class.
Timber sleepers, that's what I got off him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorted me out.
Funny boy.
No,
good guy.
Yeah. To be honest with you, the gap, in some ways, was amazing because all I had to do was constantly playing for the Dragons, and which I love doing. Sometimes international rugby can be a bit daunting, you have a bit more pressure on you. Sometimes you lose your personality in those camps because you're trying to be someone else. I think mentally, it's probably the hardest sort of. I'm not sure if you spoke to a few other players, but like those camps that can be mentally straining.
Yeah.
So only thinking back, now how draining those international camps were.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose being in the wilderness for that long, I enjoyed just playing rugby, which is just nice, really. And
takes the pressure off of it.
Takes the pressure off it. You spend a bit more time at home, which is still nice. Spend time with the kids. And the missus. So, but also, the back of your mind, you're like, I can do that.
Yeah.
I know I can play international rugby, especially when it's the big games, Six Nations and stuff, and you see the boys out on the field and thinking, I play with them every week, play against them every week.
Yeah. Scored against him.
Fended him off, stepped him.
Smashed him.
Smash it. Yeah. When you see that, it does drive you, I think, and that's what gave me a little bit more drive to sort of try and get into that sort of World Cup squad. So I missed out in 2007, and unfortunately there was a couple of, unfortunately, but fortunately for me, there were a couple of injuries, and I managed to get onto that squad.
Yeah. How was your experience like in New Zealand then?
Yeah, amazing. I was pretty much a tourist, I think.
Yeah.
For that much time.
All in tackle bags.
Me and Lee Bernie wouldn't room with anyone else but me.
Yeah.
So he was just like, go back and forth. We'd train hard. Oh, I'm sorry. Got the scrambler going past.
We're in the Bronx, yeah.
Yeah, we got so Bernie and I would room together.
Yeah.
We'd train hard. We'd eat well. We'd all the tackling bags really well. When we had the opportunity to play, I think we played well as well.
Yeah.
I got knocked out. I got sparked out in the Namibia game.
Did you?
I got Berger, the 7.
Yeah.
I collided heads with him. I was literally knocked down into the next dimension. He broke his jaw. I went off. He carried on playing, I think.
Mate, he was out that night, right, in New Plymouth, because me and Davey were out, and we were in some random bar in New Plymouth. That was the game, wasn't it? It was in New Plymouth, I think. And so me and Davey are out, and I've got a Welsh shirt on. I'm English, but I had a Welsh shirt on, so... Because the English fans, right, whenever we seen them out there, they were dickheads, basically. So I was just like, people were like, where are you from? And I was just saying, I live in Cardiff. And like, that was it then. Yeah. Like, I didn't want to associate with them. But we were out that night, and all the Namibian boys walked into this bar, and they seen the shirts. They were like, have a pint. No worries. And you know Davey's smallish bloke. Like, we end up getting steaming with him and playing 1-inch punch. Right, so I'm stood in the middle of these fucking Namibian guys. I've got one hand in a cast because I'd broken my wrist just before I flew out there or whatever. And literally playing 1-inch punch with them, and like my hand was hurting from hitting their jaws. And then they were just like that. And me and Davey were folded up like fucking. And if you couldn't take it, you had to fucking do a point on the end. I don't know what we were thinking, like, but I got a funny picture of me and Berger together, and I've got my drum is stretching this whale's top fucking nicely, like hand in a cast, got a hoodie on because we're outside still, like.
Oh, right.
Fucking, it was.
That shows how tough that guy is, because I had to go to hospital that night. I think the next morning he comes in and he's just like broken his jaw from the collision.
Yeah.
So he's played the full game with a broken jaw
out
the night before. And out the night
in his number ones, mate.
And then he walks into the hospital. I'm there like that. Oh, what's happening? Tough man is.
Yeah, tough bloke. Good experience though. Like, what do you when you look back on your Wales career? Like, what's your overall thoughts on it? Just enjoyed it, or could have had more if given opportunity, or?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you enjoyed it. Wish I had a couple more opportunities.
Yeah.
Then again, you got to take your opportunities when they come, and I don't think I took them as well.
No.
As I could have.
Yeah.
It is what it is. 9 caps is better than 0.
Fucking 9 more than most of us, by.
Yeah. So, look back at a career, you think, what ifs, but that's just depressing. I just think, I'm happy with what I've achieved and what I've done, really.
Good, I like that mindset. Good outlook at it. What's because you're second? Oh, hello. Do you want another beer or anything, mate?
Yeah, go on, let's be then.
Yes, please. Thank you, 2 Peroni. Thank you. Second stint at the Dragons, then off to France. At a time when a couple of boys were doing it. What was that experience like?
Yeah.
Biarritz on the coast.
Bien. Très bien.
You fluent in French?
No. No. I did have 3 lessons a week for 2 years.
Yeah.
So at one point, my French was probably better than my Welsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers.
There you go.
Cultured man you are,
Very
mate.
Cultured. Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I just can't really describe it in words. Really. It was a 2-year holiday.
Yeah.
Missus, kids out there. My son and daughter were in French school.
Yeah.
They came back fluent in French. You could surf in the morning, and then go up to the ski slopes in the evening.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was class.
It's a complete lifestyle change.
Yeah. Mates out there.
Was Bolshaw there at the time? Did he?
Yeah,
did he...
Bosch.
Yeah.
He was out there. We had a good team, actually. We had Yashvili.
Yeah.
9. We had Haranodiki.
Yeah.
Damien Trai.
Yeah.
Jerome Tio, the big
Class.
second row.
Yeah.
We had loads of French stars in there. And then we had Bolsh. Actually, with a winger called Dane Hallepetti.
Yeah.
He's the Australian winger.
Yeah.
He was there at the time.
Yeah. Do you have the American winger?
Yeah, Takuna Wenza.
It's called that ridiculous trying the
Against
World
Havana,
Cup. Yeah. He has a good squad there, good team.
Yeah, great team. I remember going out there. So before the family flew out,
Yeah.
I had to go out a couple of weeks before and do pre-season sort of camp, whatever.
Yeah.
So fly out there. I thought, Mrs. has got this mental house in Biarritz, like a swimming pool and stuff.
Yeah.
I say she's paid, I paid. So I thought I'd go and have a look at it before they move over.
Yeah.
So I got a taxi driver to give me a lift to the house, and I'll have a look. And then I looked on Google Maps, and the club didn't look that far. Like I said, sort of 12-minute walk or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll walk. I'll have plenty of time to get to the club. So I remember getting out. I'm not at the house, so yeah, this will be class as well, I think myself. So I'm there then with my bag now, ready to go. I think we're going to go up to the Pyrenees to do some sort of camping and whatnot.
Altitude training and that.
No, it's just going to be like a brutal camp for the new guys, I think.
Okay.
Sort of a team bonding set, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm there. Got it's quite warm, so I had my vest on, white vest, guns out, sun's out. Shorts on. I had my leather bag. Seen the house, thought, right, I'll walk up to the club. Bear in mind, I spoke no French at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, walking up the road. This car pulls in. This old man's in there. He's like, excuse me. I was like, yeah. Get close to the window. He's like, yeah. Pointing as in, come in.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you understand? He goes, Biarritz. I was like, yeah, Biarritz, yeah. Biarritz Olympic. He's like, yeah, Biarritz, yeah. I thought, oh, did the club know I was here? Did he pick me up to go to the club? I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. He goes, yeah, great. So I jump in this car, random old man. So I'm in there now, guns out again, legs out. This old man is just like, I said, oh yeah, Biarritz Olympic, yeah. He's like, oh, tu grande, eh? Tu grande. So he starts grabbing my arm, you know, big arms. Grande. What? I was like, oh, merci.
Yeah.
And then he goes, tu as un grand jambe. You know, big legs. Like, I was like, starts grabbing my leg. I was like, yeah, I work out. What would you expect?
Fruity like.
Yeah. I was like, weird old man.
Yeah.
He starts grabbing my leg and goes, he goes, peut-être tu as un grand bit. And grab, you know, he goes, grabs my cock. Oh, I just jumped out of that car as fast as my first day in Biarritz, like some old man molested me. Like, I'm not even joking. You can't even make it up. I was just like, I got the car, Google Map, legged it up to the club. I told the coach. He was like, "What? Why are you getting in cars with random men?" So I thought you worked with a club. That was my first very day, but you know, hopefully it didn't end that way. It was awesome being out there.
He thought you were a man of the night.
God knows, you know, flip the heck. I did have a white vest on and skinny shorts, so maybe he thought, yeah, he didn't get it. Maybe he thought I was like, yeah, working the street.
Right, said Fred, like.
What's the chance that? He was 70 years old. I could have knocked his face. Like,
fucking hell, that's berserk, mate. That's hell of an introduction to the club as well.
Oh, no.
That's your initiation done. Take a risky off the guy, like.
Bloody hell. But yeah, can you imagine me having to tell all the brand new to the club, telling all the boys what has happened to me, like they were just in stitches.
Trying to tell you missus, baby.
Well, yeah, I told her. She was laughing her head off even more. I've been molested like by an old man, and you think it's funny. It was quite funny, you know. But
you look back on it.
If you look back at it, but yeah, God, you could have drugged me, I think, couldn't it?
That's fucking wild, mate. That is wild.
Hey, if you are listening, don't jump into random people's cars, eh?
It's a life lesson. Welcome to my TED Talk. That's fucking wild. Class. What was that French culture like? Because it gets reported now and again, you know, they don't travel well and potentially a bit behind the times at some clubs and stuff like that. How did you find it? How did you enjoy it?
Again, yeah, pretty laid back, so yeah, I enjoyed it. Wasn't what you used to, really. A little bit less professional in some ways. Boys having fags in the toilet before games and so on. blowing the smoke down the toilet and flushing, like.
Fucking hell.
But it was class. You know, again, look back at my career and think I played in 3 top leagues.
Yeah.
I remember the first year I got there, we were first up until December.
Yeah.
In the league, and I thought, this is class. You know, we're gonna go on and win the flipping French league here.
Yeah.
And after Christmas, it didn't happen, but we lost like 6 or 7 in a row and ended up just scraping 6th place or something.
Yeah.
And then the year after, the club imploded. It was just people stabbing each other in the back. You know, players blaming coaches, coaches blaming players.
Yeah.
Board members. You know, it was just a bit of a nightmare, and it wasn't that great to be in. The club itself at that time.
Yeah. Outside
the club is amazing. I think I went through something like 3 coaches in 2 years.
Okay.
3 head coaches, which is a bit mental. But yeah, it was class. Unfortunately, got relegated.
Yeah.
I didn't see myself at that time playing in Pro D2, so that's why I came back. And came back after that.
What was the top 14 like? I mean, I suppose as a winger, it's probably a little bit different to some of the forwards. It's attritional, but how did you enjoy that? And did you enjoy the way they played?
It was hard, actually. I'm going to be honest. They signed me. I scored 16 tries the year before for the Dragons. Scoring tries for fun.
Yeah.
So he's saying like, oh, we're going to chuck in a try bonus for you. You and Takun and Gwenya.
Yeah.
We'll have try bonuses. I think it was like, get 10 tries. We give you 15 grand or something like that bonus, or 20 grand bonus, something like that. I was like, oh, great. Just got 10 tries in, no problem.
Yeah. Do that in my sleep.
But I found it hard playing with a couple of the players just because I just couldn't quite read them.
Yeah.
Yashvili was an amazing player. And he was just so, in all fairness, a couple of steps ahead of me. In his thinking.
Yeah.
So he's seeing things a bit quicker than I am, and he's kicking a crossfield kick, and I'm 20 meters deep trying to play off the centre.
Yeah.
And he's looking at me and going, "What the heck are you doing?" Like, and I'm like, I don't know. If I'm gonna, normally I'd call that, not the 9. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's seeing space. He's thinking,
"Why are you there?
Why aren't you there?" All that. So it was quite difficult to start with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, got used to it, and they then saw me as a centre.
Yeah.
So moved to the centre. Really enjoyed it even more then.
Yeah.
Get my hands on the ball more and fending people off for fun.
Step and fend like.
Bang, bosh.
The bus is full, get off.
But yeah, it was amazing going to the clubs like Clermont, playing there in front of a full crowd.
Yeah.
Almost taking them down, down there.
Yeah.
We lost last minute.
Was Foxy out there then?
No, he came in after.
Came in after that, did he?
I think Regan was out there. Regan King.
Okay.
Yeah, he was out there at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing against so Perpignan. Oh, Birdie's out there. Lee Birdie's up there.
Yeah.
Perpignan, Hooky was there, and Luke Charteris.
Yeah.
And then Bayonne then. Bayonne, we had the legend, or he thinks he is anyway, Mike Phillips, down the road from me.
Okay.
So Bayonne, Biarritz, biggest game of the year. Play that down in San Sebastian.
Yeah, nice.
Sometimes, which was like big football stadium.
Yeah.
And it's the hatred for, when you think of it, it's this madness. It's like something like, it's even closer. I think Cardiff and Penarth.
Okay.
That close. Do you know what I mean?
A couple of miles.
Yeah. You can walk, like, it's.
Yeah.
You walk there in about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And the hatred for the two clubs. The passion they have is unbelievable. It should actually be one big Basque region, ideally. Yeah. The amount of fans and.
The Perpignan in the Basque as well?
No, the Catalan.
Oh, Catalan, sorry, that's it, yeah.
But, yeah, those games was amazing playing those. I think the year before I arrived, I'm not sure if you remember, but Imel Haranodiki was having a scrap with one of the Bayonne players, and his old man jumped over
in.
and
Yeah.
His old man is getting filled in by the Bayonne players.
He's a tough bloke, isn't he?
Flipping heck, yeah, he's a tough bloke. But yeah, bonkers that sort of those derbies and stuff was class. And just being out there, I suppose. At the time, some like James Hook was one of my best mates as well. Played college and stuff with him.
Yeah.
So just being out there sort of the same time as him, and being able to catch up, when we play and so on. It was class as well.
Yeah.
We would have thought like two guys from like sort of Portadown end who'd been Aberafan or no, sorry, Talbot would
Playing in the south of France.
Yeah,
like.
playing against each other. Like, so that was class.
It's a bit from obviously, they're trying to keep players in Wales now, but I like the fact players go and experience new things. I mean, my opinion's worth absolute dog shit, but I think it grows people as a person and a player to go and experience new things.
I just think as in you're such a short career.
Yeah.
And when you ever have the opportunity to do this in your next career,
yeah,
I don't think people will. Not many, not especially professional players.
Yeah.
Will have the opportunity to go and live somewhere, get paid well to do it. I may have sacrificed potentially international rugby for it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change it for the thing.
No.
I wouldn't change it, no.
Experience is class. Like, I was with a player in Soda Bar ages ago. The player was sober, to be fair, because he was injured. He wasn't drinking. But this was years ago now. And someone come up to him, and they had signed in another country. And this person come up to him and went, "The fuck you playing at, moving across, blah, blah, blah." And the player was on crutches. So I was like, mate, I'd had a drink by then. Fucking
Fistio.
No, I was right, to be fair. Talk first. So I said, right, what do you do? And it was like, recruitment or something. I said, right, so if England or France or America or whatever offered you twice as much money to go and do the exact same thing out there with a different, if not potentially better lifestyle for 2 years, 3 years, would you not take it? And he's like, yeah. And I said, what's the fucking difference? Oh, it's different in Wales. And I'm like, he ain't going to miss games for Wales. He's injured. Like, it's not like he's turning his back on Wales. He'll still get picked because at the time there wasn't, Gatland law or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I just couldn't understand the hatred towards leaving the Welsh regions. And like, the world is bigger. Like, I love the 4 strong regions, brilliant, love that. But if someone goes, it gives opportunity to one or two other players to come through. And what's wrong with that?
I suppose the only problem, I suppose, is you're in the sort of commercial marketing world, is teams being able to market their product better. But when it comes to the rugby stuff, you said it does give other people opportunities for the next stars to come through.
Exactly.
If I hadn't left, maybe the likes of Hallam and Ashton wouldn't have had the chances that they did.
Yeah.
And they're class players.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that would have kept them out, I think.
Yeah.
But I would have. But they wouldn't have had the opportunity. They wouldn't be fast tracked.
Yeah.
To gain those opportunities.
Yeah. No, I'm all for
it. I'm definitely all for. I spoke to Dan Baker not so long ago.
Oh yeah, number 8.
Number 8 is out in France at the moment.
Yeah.
Because he's my best mate from school's brother.
Yeah.
And he'd asked me all the stuff about it, and I was just like, "Jeremy, you're just gonna love it. He's just trying to immerse yourself in it.
Yeah.
Try and learn the language. This is really important.
Yeah.
If a player from Georgia or wherever came to Wales and didn't try learning Welsh, you'd be fuming, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd be like, come on, at least give it a crack.
Yeah.
So give that a really good go, and everything else will be fine.
Yeah.
Because that's all they want, is people to try.
Buy into the culture.
And
yeah,
they love it. Extra shuttle.
That's all right, mate. That's one of your slices of pizza done. Earned it. Back of the Dragons in, 3rd time. Perfect. Thank you. Cheers. Back of the Dragons, 3rd time.
3rd and final time. Yeah. Different management.
Yeah.
Didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. Same reason being from what I spoke earlier about when people don't really see the the picture, what you can bring. Difference of opinion.
But why sign you if that's going to be the sticking point? Because that's not.
It's odd. It's all odd, really. I don't know. I get the answers I don't really know. But it is what it is. So managed to come up with an agreement to leave and go to Bath.
New lease of life.
New lease of life, and enjoyed it there. And 4 years went by in a flash.
Do you love it? Would that be your favourite playing time?
I couldn't put. No, I couldn't say that. Really enjoyed my couple of years of the Dragons. Really enjoyed my time at Biarritz. Really enjoyed my time at Bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it down there.
Yeah.
Brilliant place. Brilliant for rugby. Brilliant place in general.
Bath is class. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Good. Good players down there. The ones that obviously Dom was there for a good stint, and the guys you met, they're good blokes. Seems like a good culture. Obviously, they'd had their problems with some of the stuff before and the drugs and that, but since then, seems like a real good place.
No, yeah, it was. He was only meant to be a short-term sort of contract that ended up being 4 years. So, I still lived in Cardiff, travelled.
Okay.
Lived with Priestland.
Yeah.
Stayed with him.
Yeah.
The odd night here and there.
Yeah.
Kept him company because he gets a bit lonely. He does on his own. He cooked me lamb.
Yeah.
That guy loves lamb.
Does he?
Yeah. That guy
doesn't eat carbs, does he?
No, I don't. No, we don't eat that much carbs in his house.
Fucking shredded 24/7, mate.
You always got to think about summer's around the corner.
He's always tour ready.
Yeah. So that guy can eat lamb for dinner, tea. I've seen him eat it for breakfast as well. Lamb and who has lamb and eggs? Like lamb and eggs for breakfast.
Lamb cutlet.
Yeah. So you bang lamb in. Break up the week. Come back to the family.
Yeah.
Do it all over again.
Yeah.
It's good. We enjoyed it. Obviously the last year, last season gone now. It was, obviously feeling it coming to an end anyway.
Yeah.
Down there, so it wasn't quite the same. It's a different regime there.
Yeah.
Different coaches coming in. Even though I was on the bench pretty much every game up until my red card. And then after my red card, every game until January, I was pretty much on the bench.
Yeah.
So I was still getting involvement. It was just, you could feel it. Fizzling out there.
You a good squad player, like when you're not involved, or do you throw your toys out?
Yeah.
You're world class.
Yeah, I'm a man's man. I'm a team.
Yeah.
I'm a proper team player.
Yeah.
I get the boys up. Ask anyone who's been there. I get them up for training sessions.
Yeah.
I get them pumped up for that. I get them pumped up for games.
Yeah.
Even if I'm traveling reserve.
Yeah.
And get them ready for it. Get them game ready.
I've seen you on the social, pal. I've seen you in one of the pubs with a toilet seat. Was the cricket, was it?
Oh, cricket, yeah.
I walked in, Priestland, someone handed me a pint, and Priestland, I didn't even think about it. And I'm really annoyed at myself. And he went, "How's that?" And I just went, "Mate, I've been here 5 seconds. It's ice cold. Fuck off." And he went, "You have to do it, mate." And you were there and you were like, "What? You're not going to do it, are you?" And I was just like, wankers. Yeah. Oh, mate, I think I did it part 2, like, it was that cold.
Oh, yeah, I had a toilet seat around my head, didn't I?
Yeah.
That was because pre-season, we're doing conditioning.
Yeah.
I felt all right, a bit of a dicky stomach. I was like, right, in between like conditioning, and it was like quite hard conditioning as well. I was like, I'm gonna have to leg it off here, sorry. So I just legged it off. Went to the toilet. And so the boys weren't happy with me legging it off.
Yeah.
During like a tough session.
Yeah.
To go to the toilet. So they ended up chucking a toilet seat around my head on the social.
First social of the summer, like.
Oh, and think it was a toilet seat, and I had to have toilet paper wrapped on my wrists for the whole day, like. So I couldn't even hold a pint, I think. So.
Livid.
But I was like,
Funny.
oh, whatever. It was pretty shit crack, actually. Anyway.
Literally. You're doing your shuttles back and forth for the toilet, mate.
Oh,
What's the difference?
Wait, I don't know.
GPS is still working, still getting your meters in.
Oh, I need the rest. Oh, God, it was tough set. Tough
Was
fitness,
it?
yeah. Needed that.
What's back at the Scarlet what's the crack there? Another couple of years left in you as well, or?
So originally just signed for short term now.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Hopefully get a couple of opportunities.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, a couple of another. If I hadn't heard anything from any clubs up till now, November sort of time, probably called it a day.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want COVID to beat me.
Yeah. Your terms.
I wanted to be on my terms.
Yeah.
Quite selfish, quite competitive.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to be. I could be 40, a couple of years, and then be like, wish I did it for another year or two.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's the whole reason behind it, really. And the rest actually did me quite good anyway.
Yeah, I was about to
Quite
say.
good. So why not? I look at I was watching Wasp the other day.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Gopeth.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm Jimmy Gopeth or anything.
No, I know what you mean.
That guy's 37, 38 years
Yeah.
old. And he's ripping it up still.
Brad Thorne at 40, mate, in the boiler house.
Me, I just don't,
I mean-
I don't. As long as you keep yourself in good shape, which I do,
Yeah.
which is my, I eat well, I train hard. Even away from the club, I train, and I just think, why not? Football players play longer.
Yeah. I seen you at David Lloyd the other day. I was playing badminton,
Oh yeah,
and you walked past.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't think you were actually playing badminton.
Well-
I don't count that as badminton. What you were doing was some sort of badminton.
It's like Stephen Hawkins with a racket, mate. Fucking-
It was a bit, yeah. I was watching you for a while. I was like,
Were you?
what is that? What are you doing?
That's that's how fucked I was. I didn't lift my head for about 3 minutes.
Your mate was like, I looked at me. I was like, oh,
Two pasties trying to play badminton. Like, he can't see over the net either.
no. But yeah, I use David Lloyd quite a lot, especially since it was open again.
Yeah.
I filled my garage up full of like second-hand training equipment during like lockdown.
Yeah.
Going scavenging around places.
Yeah, Gumtree. Like,
Gumtree and where do you call it?
Facebook Marketplace and that. Yeah.
All those places. People asking for like, for a dumbbell, for like a 20k dumbbell, asking for 100 quid. Go
Fuck
spin,
you,
please, pal.
Yeah. Supply and demand, mate.
Unbelievable.
I know.
What are they asking for?
I bought some stuff online from a company. It took 47 days to come, and we must have complained. It was supposed to be like 7.
Lockdown was finished by then, was it?
Yeah, well, the damage was done by then. I know that. Do you know what I mean? I'd gone from Mighty Road to fucking Mighty 10 bellies. Like, not a problem. Had a good few chins by then. We're on the way back down now. It's all right. But yeah, it just took ages, and you couldn't get anything anywhere.
Yeah.
And they were brand new, and it cost a fucking fortune.
Yeah, I bet.
2 30s. I didn't even know why I bothered getting 30s because I couldn't fucking lift them.
You deadlifts.
I was fucking goblet squatting with one, like. I'm fucking dusty. I should have just done burpees, like.
Oh, wait, yeah. It's like a full garage full of second-hand equipment at the moment. But yeah, David Lloyd's been class. Especially while you didn't have a club.
Yeah.
As we know, some down there. Yeah, I just think, like I said, carry on. So short term at the moment, try and extend that.
Yeah.
Also doing a couple of things off the field to try and, keep myself, busy.
Yeah.
Help with transition and stuff.
Yeah.
Setting up a academy, a sports academy.
Oh, nice.
With a ex-Bath strength conditioner who
Okay.
lives in Cardiff as well,
Yeah.
Ben Coker. So we're setting up Tri Academy,
Yeah.
which is going to be focusing on sort of the youth sort of age,
Yeah.
kids between 12 and 18 sort of area,
Yeah.
giving them sort of physical. Give it a good wave, pal. Yeah, so we setting up that youth academy between ages 12 and 18.
Yeah.
They're focusing on their sort of their conditioning.
Yeah.
Their, we'll also be giving key sort of core skills to do.
Yeah.
But also just help with their sort of mental well-being, especially during like times like this where there's no sort of light at the end regarding like especially rugby for kids, contact area, all that stuff. So I know with my son who's 14 years old, it's just it's tough. It's really tough for them. Tough time. And I think I'm quite passionate about giving back, especially with youth kids. So yeah, I thought we set up a small company, try and help out with that sort of purpose in mind, really. Just so that's to be sort of launching in the next month or so.
Yeah.
And a couple of other things off the field as well. So just trying to keep myself busy.
Ever thought about Japan or Super Rugby or anything like that? Ever had the chance?
I had a chance to go and play the Mitre Cup.
Yeah. The old NPC.
Yeah. I had a chance to go and play there when I first came back from France.
Yeah.
I think it was like 3 or 4 months. Didn't take her up. Just couldn't see the club. I typed the Dragons, back of the Dragons time.
Yeah.
Just couldn't see them allowing it really.
Yeah.
So I turned that down. But yeah, I never really thought about Japan and stuff like that. It was never really. My kids are too old now as well.
Yeah.
I can't move my kids.
All their friends and that right now.
Yeah.
And just unsettle them.
14 and 9.
Yeah.
When I moved to France, they were 5 and 1. It was easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it would just be too tough. And
it is hard on them. My parents moved to New Zealand when my brother was 12, 13 maybe, and the oldest younger brother really struggled. The younger one was still young enough where he was just like wicked, new friends.
Yeah.
Let's play football. But the one brother did struggle with it, found it quite hard.
Yeah. I just think it's nice just for them to be in a area for a while, growing up with their same friends and
and
so on. So yeah, I just thought that's the whole reason why I stayed in Cardiff while playing for Bath.
Yeah.
My back got hammering from the driving, but
yeah, I bet
they sort of did quite well with their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Just living here really and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, that really.
Now you seem, obviously I've known you for a while now, very happy-go-lucky and not blasé, it's probably the wrong word, but just chilled about most things. How do you, like, have you ever had any sort of like real bad like backlash on like social media or anything like that when you've had bad games? And if ever you do, or big lows as well as the highs, how do you deal with stuff like that?
Right, mate. I suppose just being honest with yourself. If you've had a bad game, and you're honest, are you honest yourself in general regards to like your skill set, for example?
Yeah.
If I think I'm, James Hook on the field, then I'm just kidding myself. I know who I am.
Yeah.
I know exactly what kind of player I am. I'm not kidding about that. I think that helps. I think some people have a sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of delusional outlook on themselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they play and thinking that they're so much better than what they are.
Yeah,
and when they do get that sort of that lashback, you say, from fans or from coaches, wherever, it's tough for them.
Yeah.
It's tough, especially if you're a young kid being told you're the bee's knees and stuff, and people then all of a sudden start slagging you off.
Yeah.
Saying that you can't catch a high ball. You're like, well, cheers, mate. I knew I couldn't catch eyeball,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
but I'm still, I'm still doing it.
It baffles me, mate. Just
You know,
the mindset
It doesn't.
of people like social media and big someone up. You know, you look at, being English, you look at Cipriani, for example, big him up and then just fucking chop him down at every opportunity. Football happens all the time, and I think like that Welsh rugby Twitter community in Goldfish Bowl can be real nasty at times.
To be honest, I don't even look at that stuff. I'm not very good on social media in general.
Yeah.
I remember when
It's probably a blessing in some respects.
When I was out in France and I just arrived, and then I had Ross Harris phone me up. He's like, Al, are you on social media now? Are you on Twitter? I was like, no. He goes, so that's not you on social media now with this account? I was like, nope, I'm not on social media. What is it? What's the account say? I'll read you what the account says now. It's a fake Twitter account.
Yeah.
I don't know who set it up, but they got better banter than I have. It's under, where is it? Here it is. It's under Brew. So the bio is overlooked magician. Certainly not Nigel Walker. Definitely would have more caps if I was white and played for Cardiff. Most definitely not in the Wolf Pack. That's the bio. Lives in Newport. And it's a picture of me with my top off and my guns out. But yeah, I don't know who set that up, but like, you know, and he's like, so Ross is like, oh, so the Wheel of the Line going to be, reporting on this, thinking that this is how you feel. I said, it's not me, mate. Sorry, I don't know who it is, like, but you know,
would it be funnier if it was you?
I said I could just about deal with Facebook.
Yeah,
I can hardly get on that either. So
just being touched up by an old man.
Leave me alone, please. It's been molested by an old fella, like. But yeah, I was like, you know, I was about to get in trouble for something that I didn't even do.
Yeah.
But that guy's got some good banter. You're like one of it. George.
This George Northhead saga will not go away. Napoleon Dynamite.
I don't know who he is, but yeah, he's got good bands.
You got Ken the Sheriff and the Henson one as well. Are funny.
Yeah.
Super Gav.
Super Gav, and the Sheriff. I've seen the Sheriff one. But no, I pretty much stay away from all that stuff.
Yeah.
Not too bothered by it.
Good, mate. Hey, look, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for hosting me in your local Italian. If the light stayed on, we'd be happy. The pizza was absolutely banging, to be fair.
Decent, wasn't it?
Yeah. What was it called again? Fragalinos.
Yeah.
Edge of Outer Lambeth.
It's on the edge of Lambeth. So it's definitely not Fairwater. Certainly not Ely. Maybe Victoria Park.
The Canton border. Hey, mate, banging. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming on.
Sweet as.
Thanks to Alan. Thanks to... normally thanks to Tiny Rebel Brewery for providing the beers, but we've cheated on them today with a couple of Peronis because we're out and about. Big thanks to everyone who downloads, subscribes, rates and reviews. Big thanks to everyone who gives feedback. Some had some nice messages off the back of mental health, World Mental Health Day the other week, so that was real nice. Also had a bit of shit from a few people, which is always funny, so I'll take that as well. And if you could, leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, goes a long way, so really appreciate that. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next week.